Okay, we're going to create our nodes now, and I'm going to show you how to do that parametrically. So we're going to create a sketch. We're going to call this our nodes. And pick our sketch plane. We're going to do the front again. Click over here. Sketch plane front. Okay. We are going to keep, I'm going to hide the, I got the origin down here. You can put the origin wherever you want, but that's going to leave it there for now. And I'm going to hide our planes here. Okay, so we want to start with, I'm going to start down here on the corner, start with a circle for our node, just our node circle. And once you click, you can type = and node, type node. You can see all the different options for node I have in the variables. So this is going to be node, it's a diameter, so let's just look at diameter, node diameter. There we go, hit enter, and there we go, we've got our node diameter. We also have a circle for the straw, this what we're calling the strut. Get a circle, and we'll put that in the middle here. Somehow I got constructions turned on. I don't want that to be construction. Control Z. I want a center point circle. There we go. And we'll type =, and that's going to be another diameter, node strut hole diameter. Node strut hole. Strut goes across between the two sides. Escape. I can move this out here. Get out of the way. Keep these kind of tight. We're going to be copying this node and moving it around. So we got the two circles we need. Now we're going to use what's called an aligned rectangle. So you want to click down the drop down, and notice it has 3 points on it. So we're going to click 3 times, and we're going to click here on the circle, and we're going to put this. I don't want to constrain it to the. I don't want to constrain it to this line yet. It wants to put a perpendicular there. So all I want is a coincident, which is that line with a dot on it. So let's put that there, and we'll drag it out here. Now, it's got 2 dimensions, so we'll type =, and that's width. So that's the node tab width, and enter, =, again, and this is the length. So you can just type length, and we know that's the node strut tab length. Okay, hit escape, and you notice you can do this to it right now. It should stay on there. We're going to add one more thing. We're going to add a point right there. That's going to be important because we're going to use this to constrain it to that line. We're not going to do it yet because we're going to copy this first. So now you have one of your tabs. You can just copy this tab. I don't often have you do copy paste in Onshape, but this is a place where it seems to make sense. At least I haven't found a better way to do it. So let's get this dimension off to the side. Let's bring it up here. Okay, we're going to grab this piece right here. So hit escape, draw a box around, escape, draw a box around just the tab. Okay, if you get too much, I don't want the circle. I'm going to click here. I just want the tab. Control C, Control V. It creates this little transform thing. You can just click anywhere, and now we can move this down. We're going to move it down here. We're going to create our, I don't want it to go too close, so we're going to go here. That's going to create a coincident onto there. Notice it will, now it's stuck on there. And we're going to bring this down here and just create a coincident. Make sure you're only creating a coincident. If it's starting to make parallels or 2 coincidents, and move it a little bit. Okay, so now we have another one, and you can test it again. It should do this. Okay, so we've got 2, this is what we need here. We're going to go ahead and copy this. So let's grab the whole thing. Control C, Control V. We get this again. Supposedly we can move it and then click. It does move, so it just gets it out of the way. Now we're going to bring it, and we're going to constrain this point here up here. So there we go. Notice some of it turns black. We want another node here. We need 1, 2, 3. So let's do that copy again, and I'll show you how easy it is once we do this to C, Control V. We don't need, we're going to constrain this. You can't constrain it with these arrows. This is called the transform arrows. So just click and then go down. We want this point to be on the outside. So we want to bring this one here over here. This might be a little tricky. One constraint, only one constraint. Now bring it around and get the other constraint. Doesn't matter where, as long as you only get one constraint. Notice here it was going to create two. I don't want two, I want one. Okay, now here's the magic. Oh, let's copy it, because I don't want to constrain these yet, because when I copy, notice it copies everything. And these are all still variables. So if I got to change anything, it's going to change them everywhere. So we don't ever want to type in numbers. We want these all to remain variables. Okay, so let's grab one more copy of this. We got to make one down here. So Control C, Control V. There's our, we can move it down if we want. We can grab this and move it down. Click, and now we can drag it here. It's going to constrain it there. Notice you get part of it black. And we need here, we need one more tab. So let's grab, we'll grab this tab over here. Okay, again, we got too much. Click there. Control C, Control V. That's fine. We'll bring it in over here. One thing you could do, actually, one thing if you want to make it a little easier on yourself, Control C, Control V, you can rotate this. We got to put it up here, so you can rotate it a little bit in kind of the right location. Note it's not going to create any constraints right now, so we just click, and now we can get it up there easier. Shouldn't be creating any constraints anyway. Okay, we want one constraint there, and there, one coincident. Now, it got kind of close, but so now we've got, let's start, we'll go back to our original node, and let's constrain it to the original sketch. So this should give us a, notice, one constraint. We're grabbing onto this point and dragging it onto here, and that's going to constrain it. You see the coincident show up. I'm dragging it. Boom, it turns black. Same thing here. Drag and do a coincident, turns black. So keep doing that and get them all aligned. Should just move it until you get the coincident showing up. Oop. If you get too many things selected, just hit spacebar. Boom. Typically, we like to use equal constraints. I tried setting equal. You got to delete all your dimensions and recreate the equal constraints. Your Variable Studio will let you change everything. So this is pretty parametric. If anyone has a better way to do it, let me know. And we're just locking them all in. Now, let's say I was to go and change. This is all of my unique nodes. So I've got one of each drawn. I don't want to draw any of these yet. I'm going to do one more thing there. But if I wanted to go and change the original design sketch, it's going to move everything with it. It's going to move all these nodes and rotate everything, just like we rotated it by hand. It's only constrained to this line. So if that line moves, these all move with it. So to make this easy to assemble, we're going to want to do one more thing. We're going to want to take these circles and we're going to copy those. It's going to grab our click. That one didn't move, but there we go. And we're going to do one more up here. Control C, Control V. We got the variable dimension to that. I think I might hit escape that one. Okay, now we want to change these to construction lines. So click on them, make them this way, because we're going to actually extrude these nodes and do a transform to put them there. So we don't want actual circles there. We just want a place where we can put what's called a make connector. Okay, that is those are our nodes. If we wanted to change anything about these nodes, we would go back to our variables and we would look for node and we would say, oh, I want to shorten the tab length, or I want to change the tab width. This, by the way, is calculated based on some other things. If you want to change the tab width, you change this. Okay? All right, so we'll finish that sketch. Got our nodes done, and we'll move on to the next video to extrude them.